Hey, what's up? It's Jim with Reverb.com. We are in Milwaukee at the Cactus Club. We're here with Andrew and Jonathan from Torche. Yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, dudes. Let's just start with the guitars and the bass. I saw you had an EGC bass.
Yeah.
How long have you had that guy?
It's actually the second one I've had. The first one was stolen, unfortunately, and that's a newer series where I think he routed the neck a little bit, so it's a little lighter. But this one's a little more manageable. The neck is a little faster. It's indestructible, sustained for days. It cuts, and there's just a certain like a low mid body. There's a like real low like sub and a higher attack. Like the shellac dudes use it and all that. Right. And it's all, you can actually set it to actually distort by itself depending on how you set the bridge.
And you have that tone hammer too.
Yeah, the Aguilar stuff, I'm a big fan. I have the aggro pedal, and then I run that into the tone hammer, and then I have a MXR 10 band just to like warm up the low mids, just because I play on the A string 90% of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
You've graphed that out?
Yeah.
And the Ampeg 70s?
Yeah, it's a Magnavox era SVT. I got really lucky. Our other sound guy, Rob, he found it on Craigslist. Some studio was selling it in Brooklyn, and we went, checked it out in the studio. I called my tech, checked the transformers, all that stuff, and the guy was using it for a coffee table for like 3 years. So I got it for like $800.
Nice.
Yeah.
And obviously the Emperor cabs.
Yeah, like those they make a 8x10 sound like a joke to me. The 410s and 115 is like the balance.
I mean, how important is the gear that you guys are using to your sound? You know, I just like
absolutely important. Yeah. I think with time, you know, you start developing your sound and what you like, what you don't like. You see certain people doing certain things, you're like, and a lot of it is them. You know, they're they're right here. This is the tone, but other stuff is a factor as well. So it's just him.
I think a lot of people take that stuff for granted. I think probably 50% or more is from your own hands. The way you play. The big difference is like, compared to like how we arrange things, is the rig with like the strings, like the sizes and the tuning.
Yeah.
And just sort of, it's nothing too wild.
Are you guys doing any special tunings or anything like that?
The guitar is A standard with a low A, so it's a 70 gauge string, which is nuts for intonation. You actually can't intonate it perfectly because the bridges don't exist.
Right.
That's like
A standard. That's insane.
That or like the bomb string is B, G, D, A, low A, and then another 70 that's tuned down to nothing.
Wow.
Just
a certain tension.
Yeah, just a nice.
Yeah.
The head I'm using is a 59 Super Lead clone that I built from parts ordered for me from my buddy Chris Johnson, who works at Twin Town Guitars in Minneapolis. If you're building a 59 Super Lead, it's basically like a Fender Bassman. It's like the circuit is so similar. And so, that's what sort of got me excited. You look at the pictures of the guts. Like I've been doing all my own repairs. I have a couple of pedals that I built. I'm like, this is really not that hard. And so I put it together with a lot of help from him over the phone, and then added a master volume, which was crucial. Did some other tweaks, and I still wanted more gain. So I, wanted an overdrive. I had some seriously boutique stuff. I stacked up a bunch of pedals. I'm like, I want this sound, but I just want a little more volume and more overdrive, more gain. And I went through all of them, and it's like the Digitech. Like the tube overdrive one I have is the most transparent. It does exactly what I want it to do. I can control the amount of gain. It's the same tone pretty much as compared to the other 5 pedals I put in front of it. It was like too much tone shaping out of my control that I couldn't.
I saw a bunch of there were little nondescript boxes. Are you building those too?
Yeah, those are from kits. Those are generalguitargadgets.com. There's a Green Ringer clone and then an MXR microamp clone. I get real contrarian with my stuff. Like if there's a lot of people buying a trendy thing or getting into it, I'm like, no, I don't want that. Like I would rather have something unique, and I would just hot rod on myself, get them refretted, new nut, new bridge, new electronics. I would do it myself, and it would be workable. You know what I mean? Like if you can't make music with a piece of shit, probably aren't good at making music.
Sure. And what about the Framuses that you're using? We were talking about
that. Yeah, so I signed up with those dudes. I guess it's been a couple of years now. Chris Kunitz at Framus in New York City set me up with a couple of guitars that I loved. Just far superior handmade wooden instruments from Germany that are insane. I mean,
It's kind of like a 330, 335.
Yeah, the Mayfield. I have a Framus Mayfield, and I have a 6-string Framus Panthera custom and a 12-string Panthera custom. So like, but you play those guitars, yeah, and like you're like, what the. Like playing them, like, I mean, it's intimidating. Like that Mayfield, I have to like live up to the standard of that instrument. I'm not as. There are probably some really insanely talented jazz players who see me having that thing, and they're like, you.
You guys should check out the new record. It's called Restarter. Andrew, Jonathan, thanks so much for talking with us, man. This is absolutely awesome. Play well. See you guys around.